Let's talk about a opportunity for a sale that was missed today.
I'm going to call for work. You got to come back, okay?
So I love it when salespeople knock at my door to ask questions because, as a professional salesperson myself, I always like to be there, answer questions because I know how hard that sales role is. And I always, after someone for someone who's been in sales for 25 years, I love to see how people approach their sales conversations. So I was teaching on a live Zoom. I hear the dog go bananas. And at this point, the salesperson had knocked on the door and opened the gate and then heard bear and then retracted. By the time I got to the door, all I saw was this. Like, forget about it. I peeked my head out. I said, hey, I'm on a Zoom call for work. Can you come back later? Like, that's all the time I had. And oftentimes, if we are interrupting someone in the middle of their day, that is the type of answer we're going to get. We can't take it personally. It just meant I was teaching teaching some folks on Zoom. He had to come back later, and he got my attention because Bear went a little bananas. And Nicole is going to share something that one of her first.
Hold on, let's show everybody the view that this guy had when he walked up.
Oh, this one. Oh, no, not that one. This one. This little guy? That's
this little precious fur baby.
He is a 120-pound pit bull boxer, and he has different types of barks. So we know who is at the door based on how he barks. We know when it's the mailman. We know when it's his dad's home, and we knew when it's stranger danger. And that was definitely stranger danger. So I knew the gate was closed, and I was surprised that someone had gone past the gate to knock on the door. And I'm glad that the gate was closed. Next time I know that we will close the door when mom's on sales calls. I digress though, but Nicole has a really great analogy about, and by the way, it is 5:17. That gentleman has not come back to the house. We have a cracked window. So they're replacing windows. So that is literally being like, hi, I need help. I need support. Hey, there's a problem. I can see it from the outside grass. There's literally a cracked window. We're getting ready to move. So we're not really motivated to fix it, but there's still a cracked window. The gentleman saw this and he hasn't come back.
So I'll say this in all fairness, if there really is a big scary dog that might attack you, definitely protect yourself. But I think the analogy that came through for me when Andrea was sharing that story is like, how many of us have big scary dogs that we've built up in our mind that prevent us from doing the things that need to happen to make sales? It's so easy to talk ourselves out of it. It's so easy to be available for not taking that uncomfortable step. And again, in all fairness, that could be a very uncomfortable step if you want a little too far because there's a scary dog on the other side of the glass. But the analogy serves a purpose here because quite often there isn't an actual big scary dog on the other side. It's just what's going on in our mind. And I was telling Andrea when I first started in my corporate sales job, pounding the pavement was a part of what we did every single week. Not necessarily every single day, but there was a lot of like prospecting, cold outreach, and pounding the pavement. And when I was initially in training, I did not have my own territory or anything yet. I was just riding along with a lot of different salespeople. One of them, who is my friend Ryan, he said, we've got drop bags. Like we sold coffee and snacks. So we always had drop bags. He's like, you're going to drive up to some of these places and you're going to have a million reasons in your mind to talk yourself out of going up and knocking on the door. Don't talk yourself out of it. You didn't come this far just to come this far. And I remember thinking when he was telling me, well, that's silly. Why did I drive all this way? If I came here to knock on doors and meet people, why would I talk myself out of it? And then when I actually had to start doing the activity myself, I saw how daunting it can be sometimes, and the BS stories that we tell ourselves, and the reasons that it feels a lot safer just to stay in our car and drive away and go somewhere else. Something that I actually did because I was so nervous to call on new people. I got a really warm reception once when I dropped off some snacks and coffee. And I think the woman's name was Marissa. It doesn't matter. But for like the next couple of weeks, every time I was out prospecting, I stopped by Marissa's. You know what Marissa said? finally, after like, I don't know, 5 or 6 times, she's like, you don't need to stop by anymore. When I end up being able to talk to my boss, I'll let you know. I was sticking in my comfort zone. It felt a lot easier to go check in with Marissa because Marissa was already warm and fuzzy one time when I went in to drop off some samples. She didn't need 6 bags of samples. That was me not pushing out of my comfort zone. And I think so often we do that. We talk ourselves out of it. And the other thing that Ryan told me that was really, really powerful, he said, not only should you go visit the people that you went there to visit, but once you're there, people have different versions of what they call this, circle prospecting, rounding up all that. But basically, once you're there, who else's door can you knock on? Who else could you drop something off to? Who else could you start a conversation with? Because again, you didn't come this far just to come this far. Go knock on the door you came here to knock on. And then who else might be an opportunity that you could start a conversation with? And that created so many opportunities for me. And it created an awareness that I went prospecting and I was pounding the pavement. I would hear Ryan's voice quite often. Don't talk yourself out of doing it. You're already here. And to me, that is the epitome of what so many of us need. It's not always the perfect thing to say or the perfect strategy. It's the guts to keep going and to push past some of that discomfort.
Yeah. I mean, we can all play Monday morning quarterback. This poor gentleman who was scared by my dog. He could have easily went to the other houses around there, be like, yeah, I just stopped by that girl's house and gosh, that dog, it's big and scary. He could have used that situation to talk to other people. Now, you heard me on the video. I was like, hey, I'm on a Zoom call. Can you call back? Can you come back later? I didn't say buzz off. I didn't say we didn't need you. I asked them to come back later.
Bear just
However, the voice was short, concise, direct. And that's not my personality style on the disc profile. I'm not a high D. I'm a 66D and a 99I. I'm pretty friendly. But in that moment that he caught me when I wasn't expecting his visit or my dog to go bananas when I'm teaching live, that's what came out. And if you are prospecting, whether you're door knocking, making phone calls, sending emails, sending texts, remember, we are stopping people or trying to interrupt people long enough in the middle of their day when they're doing something else to remind them about something that they said was important or that might be important, like a broken window, to have that conversation. And if they are not in a time and space to have that conversation, we can't take it personally. We can come back later, even though it's 5:22. He still hasn't come back later. I did give my husband a heads up. Listen, there's a guy from XYZ company. He knocked earlier. My husband's like, yeah, I saw him on the doorbell. I was like, he might be coming by again. But what did I do? I'm going to keep my door shut till the end of the day. So there might be fences. There might be guard dogs. There might be someone with maybe a curt, direct attitude. You can't let one experience stop you from doing your job. I mean, I'm just waiting for one of the 6 ABC company home remodeling to land the deal. One of them came in for an appointment because I got forced into an appointment. That was a bad appointment. All they did was talk to me the whole time. And then this person realized at the end of the 45, 50-minute presentation, she finally realized what I did for work. She's like, oh, how do you know that company? I was like, oh, they're one of my clients. Well, what do you do for work? I said, oh, I teach sales. Silence. So this is the 6th visit from this company. I'm just waiting for someone to get it right. I'm sorry, Nicole. Go ahead.
Maybe he went off and found another opportunity and
maybe
prevented him from coming back.
I would see the dog.
But there's always a version of the scary dog and I think what always resonates for me is there are always going to be people who don't want or need your stuff, but you can't let that be the reason that you don't show up for the people who do. And I think when we start making, like, your focus is your faith. And if you keep focusing on the scary dogs and the rejection and the people who don't need your stuff, then you're going to fail to show up for the people who really do. And there's somebody out there with a cracked window that, needs it fixed. So if you're that person, show up and create those opportunities. But it's easier said than done sometimes. And one of the things that helps is having that mindset, having that resilience, and then having the tools so that when you do show up, you feel confident and you know what to say. And those are some of the things that we teach in our certification. And it might not be anything that you learn that gets you past a scary dog, but it will help you develop the mindset to not let the scary dog be the reason that you don't show up. Because that's the
Yeah,
last.
if you want to practice in private and practice from the scary dog, I'll be the pit bull. Nicole will be the boxer. You can join us tomorrow at 1:00 Eastern time, 12:00 Central Standard Time. I trust me, my bark is way worse than my bite. Did you already put that in there?
Jinx.
Ah,
Jinx.
well, I almost put that in there, Miss Kramer.
We did it at Great Minds Think Alike. Look at that.
There we go. There we go.
Yes, join us tomorrow for role play. If you want some big scary dogs, no, we won't be scary dogs. We have fun in role play. It's fast paced. It's fun. It gives you an opportunity to kind of try your hand at how confident are you to show up in the moments that matter and say the things that help move things forward. So we are running that role play tomorrow. The link is in the chat or in the comments. Please join us. And if you want to see what it could be like to give yourself a toolkit of really helpful skills that will get you into more conversations and get you past the scary dogs, then reach out to us and ask about the certification that we have starting in August. It is a 4-month coaching program on what to say.
Awesome.
Don't let the things like scary dogs get in the way of you and the opportunities that are waiting for you.
Absolutely. And I will put our emails in the chat as well.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, everybody. And leave us a comment. Let us know, were you here live? Are you watching on the replay? Give us a hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay. And let us know, what is a takeaway? What is something that you heard that will make a difference for you moving forward? We look forward to hearing from you. Hi, I'm Nicole Kramer.
And I'm Andrea Ferry Daniels.
And we are Exactly What to Say Certified Guides. And we are so thrilled to announce that we are coming back with an incredible program for you called Exactly What to Say. And the people that are perfect for this opportunity are professionals in their industry that are looking to up-level how they show up to the critical moments that matter in their life.
If you're interested in this program, the link is in the comments below, or feel free to reach out to Nicole or I directly through Instagram or phone call.
We'd love to see you there.